good Thursday practice. Guys had good energy, good execution. Anxious to watch us play, really. And I hope we can take it to the field 2 days. And in less than 48 hours, we'll be ready. We'll be in here playing. Questions?
Is this practice always tough? I don't know. What is the emotion on this practice?
Try not to let that set in. Because if you let that set in now, it's going to affect the game. You know what I mean? Guys understand whatever. They all know it's the last one, but they also know they got to finish. And there's something bigger. And it's last time they'll practice together as far as on the field practice, but not the walkthrough. But at the same time, they know there's still something left out there they want to accomplish. So it's been pretty good.
A lot of the Houston players have talked this week about what this win would mean for their program. You guys are well aware that what they're aiming for you, target on your back kind of deal?
You're at Florida State, you always got a target on your back. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to put a target on your back, and that's great. But what it means to us. How about what it means to us to win another New Year's Day bowl game, New Year's Six game, send the seniors out the way they want to be, winning classes in NCAA history, all those. I mean, there's a lot to play for on both sides. We know they're going to play well, but it means just as much to us, winning and success and the culture of what we have and what we've created here.
Players talked about getting that 50th win. Is that something that you've talked about as well with them?
We did, and we didn't realize that till after the game. We started looking at going into the bowl game, what it could be there and what it could accomplish. And you're walking through the College Football Hall of Fame. You're going, why couldn't you just could be with other teams? First Power 5 team to ever win 50 games in a first season. Boise did it, it was a non-Power 5, but and tie them and be the first Power 5 team to do it and make history. Going to that Hall of Fame, things like this, not why you play. But it would be good to remember the legacy you left and the legacy of excellence in which you left for the next group of people.
Jimbo, you said you didn't want to compare Greg Ward to any quarterback that you faced this season, but facing similar type quarterbacks, does that make the game plan a little bit easier this time of year?
I don't know if it's easier because it still gets down to getting a great player on the ground or stopping him in the passing game or his checks or his game control. It's never easy when you play a great player. You've played similar type guys, but each guy has his own unique thing that makes him different. And until we play him, you're still not going to really know him.
Jimbo, today when we talked to Coach Kelly, you get emotional at the end when we talked about him coming back. What keeps him here, which makes me believe this the relationship is more than we talked about this. It's more than money. It's more than all this. What kind of relationship have you and he, and how has that been growing?
I've always, the first time I ever met Charles Kelly, back when he was a GA at Auburn, we were coaching there. I've always said he's one of the finest human beings I've ever met in my lifetime, ever. And to be able to go, the work ethic he has, the respect he has for the players, the other coaches, people who he meets, how he treats his players, how much love and care he has for them, he's a special guy. And then his knowledge of the game, the guy's one heck of a football coach, but he's just an unbelievable person. And I consider him a great friend. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard sometimes when you work with friends, but his dad was a coach. He grew up coaching his whole life. Work ethic and getting things done, he's always the guy who's probably too hard on himself at times. You know what I'm saying? So I have an unbelievable respect for him as a human being, as a friend, and I'm glad to be able to call him a friend.
Maybe make it easier to stand by him through some times. And he said there were some results, especially last year, that he wasn't happy with.
Well, no, but also you got to understand why things are done, why results are done. We look at results, and that's true, but why are there results there? Is it lack of coaching? It was never those things. Those things that can be fixed and worked on. And also, he's developed and done a tremendous job. And there was never a doubt in my mind that he wasn't the guy for the job.
Have you seen the growth in Charles Kelly from year 1 to year 2?
No
being
doubt.
in
I think anybody,
system?
just like players, coaches, how we do things in practice, how roles off the defense has to play the offense, and I think that's what he understands too. From his dad being a head coach, he doesn't always look at things defensively. He looks at it through the eyes of the big picture of what you have to do, how the defense and offense and special teams all relate, and how you call the game on offense now to how you have to call the game on defense in different terms than what we had to do last year. Each team takes its own personality, and so his knowledge of that, and then his just overall growth and the confidence I think our kids have everything from being around him, what he's putting them in the positions he's in to make plays.
With a different coordinator the year before, has he put more of a stamp this year on it being his defense rather than kind of adapting from somebody else's?
Well, it was always our defense. It was never that coordinator's defense or it's Florida State's defense, and I think that's what he's got a great grasp on. I think also his players, and the players also have done a better job. Our players have done a better job.
Going from a championship game and a semifinal to now a New Year's Day Bowl, is the preparation any different this year than it was the last two?
Not one bit. Not one bit. It's still the same way. It's a game we're playing for school. We got the same routine going up, everything.